Hello and welcome, my Kingdom Rush fans. How you doing today? We're going to talk about the towers today, or at least I'm going to talk about the shadow archers today. This is the first part in my entire tower series. I'm going to talk about every tower in its own individual video, and the reason why I wanted to do this is I really wanted to go in depth. I really wanted to go in depth for you guys. I want you guys to understand all the towers, and I want you to understand whether or not you should buy the premium towers, the paid towers. And I'm going to give this little tidbit of information for you guys before I even start the video, probably on every single video, so you might get annoyed by this, but you can beat the entire game up to impossible on all of the different modes with no paid heroes and no paid towers. So if you are really stuck on the low on the monies here, guys, all you got to do is get better at the game. All right, but if you like the cool factor, you like the fun factor, you think it's fun to support your favorite video game makers, your favorite developers, then feel free. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this on this map every single time, and I'm going to build the same tower in this spot every single time, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. So, starting off, what I want you guys to notice is that these guys, they shoot really fast. They do a fairly low amount of damage, though, but they're consistent. If you actually look at the damage at the bottom here, if you actually want to understand the towers, all towers either do regular attack damage with the sword, which can be blocked by armor if anybody ever has armor, and then or magical damage. It's one or the other. That's it. Once you get these guys up to 4th tier, he only does 25 to 37 damage. But again, attacking pretty reasonably quickly over here, you can kill people. Even people with low amounts of armor, even people with medium amounts of armor, you're still going to be doing damage to people. So don't let anybody tell you that Shadow Archers are somehow magically just like a bad tower because they're the first tower in the game. That is not true. They can still do damage in a reasonable way. They're also really cheap, so getting up to a 4th tier here is not bad at all. It's pretty easy to afford overall. Once you start getting a little higher over here, once you get to the abilities, I'm going to call them abilities for all of the towers. We've got the Shadow Mark, the left-sided upgrade. We've got the Blade of Demise, the middle path, and we've got the Crow's Nest on the right here. I want to get the Crow's Nest first because I just wanted to show you guys what kind of damage we're going to be doing with this thing. It's going to do 2 damage per, like, second or so. Actually, I think it's pretty easy to see how the Crow is going to damage this guy. Actually, it's probably better if the Crow's going to attack this guy. Oh, he's attacking this one. You can see, it's pretty reasonably slow, and then if they've got armor, it's going to be even less. So, like, the Crow ends up not being that good, but it's still constant, consistent damage. So if you just want that little bit of bonus right there, it's not too bad to have around. The middle path, this one's really interesting because there's 3 different heights you can go for, 3 different tiers you can go to. The Blades of Demise basically gives you the ability to insta-kill some enemies. And that's pretty freaking sweet right there. You know, I mean, a low damage tower already being able to insta-kill enemies, that's pretty cool. But the cooldown is pretty gosh darn high here, guys. It's not going to be happening all over the place. You're not going to be insta-killing people left and right. Even when you get the 2nd tier, which is way, way cheaper, by the way, lowers it by 10 seconds and then lowers by an additional 6 seconds all the way over here. So lowering it by 16 seconds total. You're still not going to be insta-killing people all over the place, left, right, and center, man. You just got to wait for it to happen, and every once in a while, you're going to be insta-killing people. Sadly, you don't get to pick who you're going to be insta-killing, so you don't know if you're going to insta-kill a little pupper dog over here, a little watchdog, or if you're going to be taking down a full health freaking frost giant or something like that. You just don't know what's going to happen. So, and then last but not least, we've got the Shadow Mark over here. Shoots an arrow that marks an enemy for 5 seconds, and the enemy receives 30% extra damage. So this is very similar to the Golden Archers of Kingdom Rush Origins, where they do extra damage by marking an enemy. So it's 5 seconds to get 30%, then 60%, and then finally 100% extra damage right there. So doubling the amount of damage we get for the marked target. So there you go. You got to see the shadow people actually coming into play there and assassinating one of these foot soldiers. Sadly, like I said, you spent about $450 here or so to insta-kill that one little baby recruit soldier right there. So not exactly doing anything too crazy. So what are our thoughts about this tower as an overall total? It's actually a really good starting tower. It's consistent. It's constant. It's okay. I would say it's I would rate it like a 5 out of 10, but that's average. I think a lot of people are thinking a 5 out of 10 is like 50%, you're failing grade. I would disagree. I'm going to rate these guys as like a, a 1 being probably like the worst tower, I hate it the most, a 10 being like this thing's rock freaking solid, I love it. I got to give this guy like a nice solid 5 out of 10. It's good, it's okay, it does damage, it's got its downfalls. A lot of enemies are going to have armor in this game. It's definitely not going to be that tower where you're just like, holy crap, we're killing everybody left and right, this is awesome. It's not that guy. He's more of a cleanup tower than anything else. You put him in the back, he doesn't miss. He always going to hit somebody. He's got huge range. So, he's just a good middle-of-the-road tower to pop in your game over here, guys. So, let me know what you guys think about this series. Let me know if you think I could do a better job in any way, shape, or form. I'll try and do my best for you guys to make that happen. Thanks for watching. Of course, have a super-duper delicious day.